You have the opportunity to watch Banksian's extensive review of the OPPO K13 Turbo Pro today. The main focus of this review is to thoroughly explore its gaming capabilities, particularly in comparison to the other two exceptionally vibrant colours. To be honest, this midnight black version is quite practical, and it doesn't stand out too much when used daily. After putting on the protective case, it adopts a somewhat mechanical style, which enhances its versatility and makes it more suitable for everyone, regardless of age or gender. The luminous light ring additionally adds a distinctive touch, and you can even customize its color. One of the main selling points of this device is that it is equipped with an integrated cooling engine that provides greater airflow by sharing volume. Let's test it here. It can easily extinguish the flame of a lighter, demonstrating its powerful cooling capability. I strongly suggest that everyone consider utilizing the Monsoon cooling set, as it truly reaches its maximum potential when employed collectively. Additionally, there's no need to be concerned about it gathering dust like a sprain could. Certainly, it can indeed be thoroughly washed with water since it is waterproof. If any dust particles happen to get inside, simply rinse it under the running faucet and everything will be restored to its original condition. Now, let's proceed to examine its configuration in detail. The processor is the Qualcomm S4. Its performance is strong, but power consumption is just average, and the 8-core control isn't very dominant. OPPO's strategy here is to use a large 7000 mAh battery. With the addition of the fan cooling system, it unleashes its full potential. In terms of benchmark scores, it reaches 2.05 million points, which is basically on par with the Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 processor. Thanks to the organic fan cooling support, its temperature is really well controlled. In terms of design, the device features a flat screen design. The bezels don't look particularly narrow, mainly because, unlike others, it doesn't have a two-part design. The screen bezel and the body bezel are the same colour, which makes it feel a bit wider when viewed together. However, the actual experience is quite decent. As for the imaging aspect, I won't say much since it's not its main selling point. Being able to scan codes is good enough. In terms of the system, it naturally comes with the latest OPPO ColorOS 15, which includes all the best and most popular features OPPO currently offers. Allow me to demonstrate to everyone just how truly amazing it is. To begin with, it's a delightful piece of food. What is in the picture? With the electric mix screen function, it can intuitively tell us what the content of the picture is. For someone eager to survive, this is definitely a very practical feature. And the second feature, which I personally love, is the AI anti-reflection. Honor has it now too, but it's actually OPPO. After the initial utilization, you can observe that the blotchy light spots on the screen have instantaneously vanished, rendering the entire image both simplistic and pristine, as well as exceptionally clear. In terms of sensory experience, it has immediately elevated to a superior level. In terms of AI-assisted removal, I have consistently mentioned that OPPO has maintained a very prominent position from the beginning. You can observe here that as soon as you gently sketch a person, the system will automatically select it for you. After quick AI processing, the person vanished from the picture, letting me stand out nicely. I'll enlarge it for everyone to see. There are no signs of editing and it looks natural. Now let's move on to the main event. As for the performance of various popular games and its energy consumption, I have enabled its performance mode here and the time is 11:40. First, we'll start with Genshin Impact. Throughout the entire game, I will be using the Gale cooling set, as only this combination can unleash its true potential. As for the engine settings, I've adjusted it to the strongest fastest mode. You can clearly observe that I have activated all of the graphical settings without making any concessions. The configuration has been adjusted to the utmost level, and the visual experience is already significantly ahead of others. Next, I will play for a while so everyone can see. Let's take another look at how its power consumption performs. Like most phones, it starts off very smoothly. To be honest, the entire gaming experience felt very smooth and there were no signs of any stuttering. There's nothing we can do after all, he's using two external aids and you really can't stop him. The highest temperature is just 37 degrees compared to other phones that reach nearly 45 degrees. This temperature is quite remarkable. With this performance, it won't get hot no matter how long you play. Let's take a look. The time and remaining battery. At this moment, exactly half an hour has passed and the remaining battery is at 83%. This means that with full performance, Genshin Impact consumes 20% of the battery per hour, allowing you to play for 5 hours. That's really quite impressive. Additionally, we did not initiate the test with a fully charged battery. The present time is 1:15 and the remaining battery percentage is at 73%. Now the game we are about to engage with is Delta, which is also a significantly large-scale production. As for the graphics, we have everything set to the maximum. In the Game Assistant application, I will transition to the progressive mode. Subsequently, only 2 enhancement options are able to be enabled. Regarding the audio and video configurations, the maximum supported is 90 frames per second, but you have the option to enable the ultimate graphics, which is quite impressive. At the equivalent price range, it is essentially impossible to discover a smartphone that offers a comparable experience. Let's proceed to observe that the entire gaming process remains exceptionally smooth. This flat-screen smartphone is indeed very convenient to use for gaming purposes. Anyway, purchasing this set for gaming purposes is truly quite excellent. Even under normal circumstances, without utilizing any cooling kits, simply employing the fan engine can cause your temperature to significantly surpass that of an average flagship smartphone. We engaged in gameplay here for a duration of 30 minutes, and the temperature at this point is approximately 38 degrees, which is fairly satisfactory. Then, observing the time, it's now 45 minutes, and likewise, after half an hour, the battery level decreased from 73% to 62%, a reduction of 11%. The whole game session went smoothly, and its performance was really great. Whether it's cooling or operation, there was absolutely no frame drop throughout the entire session. Finally, when the gaming session concluded, we checked, and the peak temperature decreased to over 37 degrees, with certain areas still maintaining at 38 degrees, and then we examined the overall situation. The time was 2:08:53, and the battery level dropped from 73% to 52%, with an hourly consumption of approximately 23.77%. You can also play for 4 hours, which is really quite good. Next is Naraka Bladepoint. There is currently 44% battery remaining, and the current time is 1:39. Let's explore how much the graphics quality can potentially be enhanced. The notifications in Naraka Bladepoint are really quite troublesome, most likely due to processor and compatibility issues. The highest graphics quality can only be set to exquisite and can't reach the ultimate level. However, for other settings, we can still max them out, at least within the same level. My invincibility is just such a strong attitude. Regarding the Game Assistant, it is apparent that we have the ability to activate 2 enhancement options as well. Upon entering the game, my sensory experience was genuinely excellent, as there was absolutely no lag throughout the entire session. The sensation is quite impressive. The only slight drawback could be that, in comparison to a bare device, having a cooling fan case does make it somewhat bulkier. Nevertheless, given that it offers such an outstanding gaming experience, I believe it's entirely understandable. After utilizing this smartphone, I genuinely feel as though I've navigated through numerous battles and have ultimately come into my own. Previously, I resembled a dragon swimming in shallow waters, getting entangled in minor troubles, but now, this is truly my complete form. Ultimately, I did not allow the K13 Top Pro's exceptional support to go to waste and decisively secured the championship victory. Survived until the end, and then we can also take a look. Check its energy efficiency. Here, I will bring out the larger apparatus to measure its temperature. Regarding the peak temperature, it exceeds 36 degrees, which is rather excessive. Is everyone able to manage it? It was just activated at precisely 1:39:44. Let's examine the remaining data at this particular moment. I hadn't anticipated that after merely 18 minutes, 6% of the battery would have been depleted. Based on this current rate, the hourly power consumption is approximately 20%. Finally, we need to test the shiny one. Although this game of mine isn't very replayable, we must test it for the sake of irony. Entering the game interface, we can see that it supports 120 FPS graphics, and users with ultra clear Honor can also enable it. At this moment, it should be quite speechless, right? Next, let's proceed to examine its gaming performance capabilities. Naturally, do not overlook the standard rule, ensure to record the present time. The current time is 2:10, and the remaining battery level stands at 58%. Let's proceed to initiate the game directly. To be honest, up to this very day, I continue to find the game somewhat perplexing due to the numerous races, which leaves me feeling bewildered. Nevertheless, the overall gaming experience is extremely satisfying, with no frame drops or any unusual occurrences. It's hard to believe this is on a mobile phone. It's amazing that you can have such a perfect experience for just over 1,000 yen. In the end, the game finished, and I was eliminated. Let's measure the temperature at this moment. It's still around 36 degrees, which is quite an astonishing performance. Now let's take a look at the main event. At this particular moment it is precisely 2:46, indicating that a total of 36 minutes have elapsed, and the battery level is currently at 45%. If you compute the ratio, the power consumption per hour is approximately 21.6. What are your thoughts on this performance? Finally, let's discuss the battery longevity. Equipped with a 7000 mAh battery, if you refrain from utilizing the Egyptian fan engine, the daily battery endurance can certainly extend beyond 11 hours, even with moderate to heavy usage patterns. In this instance, we also performed a charging evaluation for everyone. Charging commenced at 51 minutes past the hour, and by 10:21, the battery level had reached 62%. By 55 minutes past the hour, the battery ultimately attained 100%. What does this signify? It takes just 1 hour and 4 minutes to fully charge this phone's 7000 mAh battery. As for the speed, I personally think it's quite sufficient, and it alleviates any major concerns about battery life. Next, let's listen to its sound quality. The auditory effects of a highly recommended gaming phone must not be subpar, otherwise achieving an immersive experience becomes impossible. Let's proceed to listen to it using the identical setup and volume level. Hi.
The birthday celebration taking place in the month of March is akin to the Kanye West of Akilesh. For example, it's not very practical.
Personally, I think its performance is quite good. What do you think? You can share your thoughts in the comments section. Finally, let's proceed to measure its overall thickness. The thickness measures at 8.3mm, and it should be slightly thinner without the protective film. And what about the weight? The weight reaches 211 grams for a 7000 mAh capacity. And this would be for phone price on 2000, but with Snapdragon 765G, I think it's pretty good.
That's all for this review. Finally, I will give a brief summary for the OPPO K13 Top Pro.
To be honest, the positioning of this phone doesn't really align with OPPO's usual style.
If it appeared in Realme, it might be a better choice. But after all, only when new technology is used in OPPO phones can it exert its maximum influence. Its biggest selling point should be its ultimate experience. At this price point, the gaming experience is truly unmatched, really fitting the pursuit of some hardcore gamers. If your budget is not high and you are a hardcore gamer, then the OPPO K13 Top Pro would definitely be a good choice for you.
Alright, this video ends here. Bye everyone.